What's up, Twin Cities?
Happy Friday. You are tuned into 94.1 FM WFNU, Minnesota's only local variety station.
WFNU is a volunteer-run station made up of many different community voices. Each program expresses one aspect of that diversity, not the views of WFNU or FTI as a whole.
With that being said, welcome to Local Vibes. We are SunDogs, your two favorite canines, kicking your weekend off. Oof. Oof. Follow us at SunDogs TC. Check out the radio show's Facebook page, facebook.com/SunDogs present Local Vibes.
Right before us, you were listening to the 94.1 FM music rotation. Send clean music to station manager at wfnu.org and they'll play your song on 94.1 FM. If you have clean hip-hop and R&B songs, you want to send them to us. SunDogsTC@gmail.com, SunDogstC@gmail.com, and we'll play them for sure. So send those our way.
Friday nights are looking mighty tasty after Local Vibes. More than 94.1 FM music rotation, and then every Friday at 9 o'clock, make sure to get the gravy hot with Gall Dagburn.
And Fridays at 10 p.m. then is Basic Beats with DJ Dom Terrace.
Fridays at 11 p.m. Club 120 Plus replay.
Other great shows to check out on WFNU include The Midday Escape with Philip Gracia, Fridays at noon.
651 Sports Update with Mike Resendez, Saturdays at 10 a.m.
Evolution with Mr. Zero and Dr. Rick Burnett is Wednesdays at noon with the live show and 8 a.m. on Fridays with their replay.
And make sure to catch Funk to Your Ears, a WFNU classic program, Saturdays at 7 p.m.
We've got another great show for you today. We've got Soul Reflect in the building.
Oh, how are you feeling?
Peace.
Oh, what is up? It's great to have you.
It's great to be here.
Good chilling beforehand.
Before we get too far into it, what is the handle that listeners can follow you at? Is it just at Soul Reflect?
Yep, it's on Instagram. It's at Soul Reflect. Mm-hmm. On Facebook is also at Soul Reflect and Burgin Beat, Burgin. I'm on Burgin Beat on YouTube and Burgin Beat on SoundCloud.
We'll get more into the many facets of your artistry later on in our interview, so please stay tuned. Meanwhile, if you want to give us a call here in the studio, perhaps ask Soul Reflect a question, 651-313-5125. Next week on the show, we've got Dr. Ew.
Yes, it's very exciting. Can't wait for that show. Couple different ways you can listen to this show, SunDogs Present Local Vibes. You can catch it live Fridays from 6 to 7.
Every
That's
Friday.
when you want to call in. On 94.1 FM on your radio if you're in the Frogtown community. If you're not, you can go to wfnu.org/live and listen to it wherever you've got a web browser, or you could download on your phone the Live 365 app and search WFNU and boom, you'll be able to listen to it on your phone. Super easy.
Bada bing, bada boom. New and live shows every Friday at 6 with replays Monday at 3 p.m.
And don't forget about those archived episodes either. Anchor.
Every episode.
Anchor, like the anchor of a ship, .fm/local vibes. You'll be able to find all the interviews we've ever done, all of the hour-long playlists we've ever done. We're coming up on 100 episodes, so that's very exciting to me.
If you want to give us a call, again, 651-313-5125. Ask our guest a question. We'll give you psychic reading, unlicensed. We'll give you Soul Reflect. We'll give you life advice, unlicensed.
Yeah, follow her at Soul Reflect everywhere, and
Burgin Beat as well.
Yeah, How about on YouTube, Burgin Beats?
If you don't swear, we'll put you on the air. We're gonna
dramatic pause in the music.
We're gonna get right into the music before we come back with Soul Reflect. This is 7 Drops by Jay Sully.
We're on the same wavelength today. I was
here
hoping you'd play some Jay
on
Sully.
Local Vibes.
I got 7 drops in my drink. Yo, love this world. Drain came here and let me know. Now I'm riding through the city, Graph City. Woo! I got 7 drops in my drink. Yo, love this world. Drain came here and let me know. Now I'm riding through the city, Graph City. Man, I got 7 drops in my drink. Yo, oh man. Right through your chest, 1 teardrop is an arrow finesse to your heart and your soul. Got a heart for the gold and a pocket for the green. About to take these MCs, part of the scene. Shake a hip hop like a snow globe. 1 sec while I pick the fro, fist in the head and in the air. Dragon got me feeling like a bear. Time to hibernate, I see you in the air. Life is a ring around the rosy. Eventually we all fall. Posies in my hand at your funeral. Blood smoke off the hearse. Most of my life felt like a curse. Finally I let my heart free. Try to stop me from doing me. Such a off chest till it's softer than breathe. Lowies on your brain, handable. If see me on stage, you see an animal. If gonna have to burn me like a witch. Gonna have to strike my heart crocs. Got what I need to knock socks. Eat that hot like crooks. I got 7 drops in my drink. Yo, love this world. Drain came here but let me know. Now I'm riding through the city, Graph City. Woo! I got 7 drops in my drink. Yo, love this world. Drain came here but let me know. Now I'm riding through the city, Graph City. Man, I got 7 drops in my EJ. Better call the cops, I'm about to spray. So they spitting bullets, don't wanna be in my way. All the point tips to your suit, cool as green beret. Ain't trying to be the god or the ruler, just trying to be the SULLY. Seatbelt on life, I'm ready for this ride. I'm ready for this ride.
I'm ready for this ride. That was 7 Drops by Jay Sully, St. Paul's very own, here on Local Vibes. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We're sitting down with Soul Reflect. You've been very patient, but now is the moment of truth. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our local artist spotlight. The first question we like to kind of get into is the origins of music as far back as you can remember. Like, did you play music in school or sing in church? Like,
Yeah.
Start as early as you can remember. The timeline.
Well, I first started out playing flute in 5th grade and played that all throughout high school, and the piccolo. Did marching band for 4
And
years.
the piccolo is just like the mini flute.
Yep.
Same.
It's a shorter version.
Same.
And it's
positions?
higher pitched. Yep. Same fingerings.
Okay.
And then I kind of got bored with it, to be honest. And so then I started. Well, I should go back. Actually, the piano was probably the first instrument I learned.
Pre-flute.
Yes.
So
pre-flute.
how old were you in that one?
I don't remember. I want to say maybe as young as 1st grade.
Right out of the womb.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I had a good teacher, and she made me do scales and things like that you don't like to do. But so it was like through all of that I kind of decided I want to make my own music.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And kind of started writing in my piano lessons. When we'd have recitals, I would write my own piece. I was
Sick.
adamant that I wanted my own piece along with the ones that I was playing in the books.
Cool.
Very cool.
Learned how to write music and stuff.
What was that?
You learned how to write your music and stuff?
Sheet music?
Oh,
Like
yep.
come up with a song and then boom, write it down and...
I did a little bit of the sheet music, but there wasn't really anybody around to kind of teach that part of it, so I did a little bit but then I just started playing by ear.
Nice.
First on-stage performance was one of these recitals, I would assume.
Yeah, it wasn't on stage, though. Like, back then, they just did it in their home.
Oh, it wasn't for, like, more than 4 people?
No, well, maybe the parents. Like, so that wasn't, yeah.
Count it.
We can count it as that. But
So you learned piano. Later on, you took flute and piccolo in school or private lessons as well?
in school, and then when I first started, I did have some private lessons too.
And
Nice.
you were saying just a little bit ago that you got bored with it. Were you feeling limited by those two instruments, or just woodwinds in general, or?
I think I still liked it, but it wasn't enough, and I
Mhm.
had other interests. I used to sit in the band and I would listen to all the other parts and how they would come in, and it made me kind of curious about. I really actually liked the drums later, but it was kind of too late to switch. But I kind of wish I had always played drums.
So you're more fascinated with like the composition
Mhm.
of it versus just your ba-da-doot, ba-da-doot, and then you go back to rest.
Yep, and the arrangement.
Okay.
That's cool.
And
yeah.
that was, so you said piano was like what, first grade, and then when did you grow tired of the flute and the piccolo? What grade was that?
It was
Fifth,
pretty
sixth?
much after graduation.
Okay.
It was just time to be done anyway.
And you said you were more drawn to the percussion aspect.
I did. It was the marching band that got me into that.
Oh.
And the drum line and the quads were just the rhythms that you could play on that. It just really intrigued me.
Yeah.
When did you first, what were you going to say?
I was saying definitely cool. Marching band drums are so rocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you first pick up the sticks or even the beat pad?
The funny thing is that I was scared to make a drum beat because I didn't know how.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was the last thing I learned. And I would just listen to like my favorite records, like the crazy, like DJ Crush.
Uh-huh.
And I would sit there and try to imitate that beat and recreate it. And then it made me single out each instrument and listen to where it came in and where it was placed.
That's awesome. That's a great way to learn anything.
Exactly, and you can listen to something for leisure, but you can also dissect it and analyze it and study it.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you're just sitting around all day listening to music. I'm learning.
Yep.
Definitely.
What,
When did you start going by either Soul Reflect or Burgin Beat?
That was kind of around the same time. The funny story about Soul Reflect is I was putting out the first album I'd ever put out, and it was 2 days before it was due to get the CDs done, and I hadn't had a name.
Oh, man.
And it was one of those, like, they told me it would just come to me. And so I'm, like, racking my brain, and then it just came up with Soul Reflect. Yeah, I think that works, and so...
Definitely sounds good. It's a good word combo.
The
Sounds
genesis.
good to say. Like cellar door.
Okay. Soul Reflect.
It's good.
Soul Reflect. So Reflect. Let's go through all of them now. If you're just joining us, we're sitting down with Soul Reflect, and we are in the midst of an in-depth analysis of your whole life. No, we're sitting down. This is our local artist spotlight. She's taking the time out of her busy schedule to sit down with us, so thank you again. Where can we follow her? At Facebook and Instagram at Soul Reflect, and then also Burgin Beat,
Yes.
producer and performer.
Yes.
We'll get more into that here, even more into that. When was the first beat that you made? Like recorded, even if it was
Yeah.
on like an app or, you know what I mean?
It was on a keyboard that had a floppy drive,
Oh.
and I had to play, I played each instrument for like the 4 minutes that I needed it to, because
Wow.
I was just recording it. Yeah, and I think that was in '99 I started, and it was like on some real Enya, really.
Nice.
But I guess it's the simple stuff, right? You start with, so.
Yeah,
That's sweet.
exactly. What kind of keyboard do you know, or just like a bunch of?
It was a Yamaha DJX.
Nice. That's cool. What do we got?
Looking at
We're
the
looking it
Yamaha
up right now.
DJX.
It was
Okay.
blue. It had a little.
And you said there's a floppy disk in here?
Oh, actually, that's not the floppy disk one. That was the second one.
No, this is still a sweet one.
This is boring for everybody else.
No,
Sorry,
this
is a
is-
radio show. I'm
yeah, this is
sorry,
a radio
people. I'm
show.
sorry, people. If you want to call in, and tell us what's what. 651-313-5125. Ask Soul Reflect a question. Request a song if you want. We really want to make you happy, so give us a call. 651-313-5125.
So vocal performer / music composer / beat producer. What other art do you make?
Actually, I make bracelets with
those-
precious
I was gonna
stones.
say those look like agates.
Yeah, it's some red tiger eye.
Wow.
But yeah, I've been making those lately, and they do very well.
And where can people buy those?
You know what? It's I'm working on that. Yep, I've been actually doing some trade shows for the Blackout. That's also here in St. Paul, and the next one is December 19th, I believe.
Okay.
But it's a trade show, and so I've been selling them there mostly.
And is that a mix of like wholesale and completed crafts?
Or is it just like a craft show?
No, it's like black-owned businesses.
Oh,
That are
so it's
all-
everything.
I love
Yep.
it.
That's
And that's
awesome.
December. You said December 18th,
19th,
19th.
and
Do you
that's
know-
thrown by Pack Material.
And where is that typically held?
I can't think of the name offhand. It's in a gym, though, here in St. Paul.
Very
An
cool.
undisclosed secret location.
I can get you
I'm
that.
just joshing. I'm just
Yeah,
joshing.
hit up Soul Reflect for the details for that. That sounds great. December 19th.
Before we take a break, what's on the agenda for the weekend? You said you're glad that the week's over before we went on air.
Yes, I'm gonna enjoy the weather and do some hiking.
Nice.
Go to an area I haven't been before.
An adventure.
Yes.
That sounds perfect.
That does sound great. We were talking about maybe going to the dog park tomorrow. That's
Oh.
how we do. Love the dogs.
Love the dogs.
So-
If you're just joining us, give us a call, 651-313-5125.
Follow us at SunDogs TC. Look up the show Facebook page, SunDogs Present Local Vibes. I think we're gonna do like a symbolic break at
Okay.
18. So in 30 seconds, we're gonna say we're gonna be right back, and then we're gonna say we're back right after that. So
Oh, I was gonna do some commercials. I could do some fake commercials.
no. I think it'll work better. Just I'm winging it this time. We've
Okay.
got to end the show at 6:56 in order to fit in with all the replays. So yeah, symbolic break in 5 seconds here. So ready? We'll be right back.
Hey Twin Cities, do you or someone you know have music you think is excellent and should be added to the WFNU music rotation? Well, you can upload clean local music to us at www.wfnu.org/contact. Find the link that says music submissions and click to fill out the WFNU music submission form. It's free and it's as simple as uploading music to your favorite music streaming websites. Again, the web address is www.wfnu.org/contact.
And we're back. Oh man, that was perfect timing.
Welcome back to Local Vibes. If you're just joining us here on 94.1 FM WFNU, we are sitting down with the one, the only, the incomparable Soul Reflect. I was going to throw in even another adjective on there too. But Soul Reflect is sitting down with us as our guest today on our local artist spotlight here on Local Vibes.
We're talking the origins of your first compositions, I guess. And then you were talking about you came up with the name Soul Reflect a few days before your first project was out. Was it all over your own beats?
Yep, it was, actually.
That's awesome. That's very cool.
Impressive.
What was that first project called?
Essential Inception. I
Nice.
released it under Burgin Beat, and then collabed with another artist and on a couple of tracks.
Nice. When did that come out?
2018.
And then when
Nice.
did Plato's Theory come out?
I think it. Wait. that's when Plato's Theory came out. So Essential Exception probably came out 2016, 17.
Even earlier. Okay.
Crazy. And who is that other artist you were talking about? Oh.
No,
yeah,
no worries.
Burgin.
Who has told you can't do it?
Who has told me I can't do
Who
it?
said this is dumb? You should not do this. You should be a paralegal. You don't need to, single anyone out. But have you encountered that? I should say, and how do you cope with it?
I don't know that I've had anybody say, no, you can't do this. I mean, like that, because I've always been involved in music, and it's been a passion of mine.
Yeah.
Of course.
From a really early age.
Right. There's a lot of people that, the artist life is not glamorous. You don't make a lot of money. And
Not at
so,
all.
of course, everybody that tries to give you advice is, well, you can't just do that, which is true in a sense, but I haven't directly had anybody tell me that I can't. But I wouldn't listen to them anyway.
Exactly. What would be your advice to aspiring artists? How do you absorb that? How do you take that and morph it into beautiful art?
Honestly, I think you have to find yourself a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest part of it. Like, you spend a lot of time trying to impress people or trying to imitate people or trying to live up to somebody else's expectations, and it's not until you really kind of let go and just follow your heart and do the things that you want to do that I think you really start to blossom and understand yourself. And then the music just kind of comes with it. It's a journey. It's a growth. I don't know that anybody could do it overnight, so.
That's very well put.
Exactly.
Very
Great
well
advice.
put. Here on Local Vibes, Soul Reflect.
Exclusive.
Exclusive interview. If you want to make sure you want to follow her at Burgin Beat as well as at Soul Reflect on most social media. As I recall, we wrote down some of them, I think.
Yeah, Instagram is probably the best one because you get both.
Okay.
Burgin Beat and Soul Reflect. But
Bang, bang, boom.
Nice. Yeah, let me write that down real quick.
Yeah, not a problem.
Burgin Beat.
it's just under Soul Reflect on Instagram, but you get both the production and the lyricism.
Oh, I get you. Sweet.
How has COVID both positively and negatively affected your artistry or your workflow?
Obviously, the performance part of it is different because we can't do it now.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, deep down, I was ready to take a break from it. I've just kind of been trying to make positive out of everything, and so I've taken advantage of the time to really study my craft and create a lot more. And appreciating having the time to do that,
Yeah, that's
where
huge.
before I didn't, is kind of been a blessing in a way. So I've just, like I said, been making good use of the time and trying to, so when we come out of this, I have something to show for it.
Hit the ground running.
Yep.
I love that.
That's awesome. Tell us about, and the listeners, tell them about the production of your most recent project. Would that be the Beat?
Yeah.
Awesome.
The beat tape.
The Beat tape.
Yeah. It's called The Genesis. And I released it this year. It's got 51 tracks. It's got boom bap, trap, wavy type, and then I kind of threw a mixed bag in that I didn't know what to kind of label it as.
Okay. But it's all over the place in the hip hop R&B milieu.
Yes.
That's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. And where can people listen to that?
Right now, it's on SoundCloud. It's under a playlist because it was too big to be an album, and I didn't want to split it up.
Yeah.
I
So
understand that.
it's in the process of being on YouTube. That'll be coming very shortly here.
Mhm.
And then also on my Instagram page, I play little clips of most of the beats, and most of them are on there now. So
Well,
Nice.
teaser trailers.
Oh man, they're good. Yeah, great job on that. Do you work with anybody else? Do you have anybody send you loops or anything, or how do you make your beats?
sure.
As much as you can reveal.
Yeah, you don't gotta reveal everything. We're just for somebody who wants to make beats and maybe is it have any software or like where to get loops and beat samples from?
Sure. I'm a user of Propellerhead Reason, which is probably not one of the more common ones, but there's a lot of producers here even that use it. And then I use the Machine drum pad.
Nice.
And then I also work a bit with Ableton and Ableton Live.
Very
And
cool.
for the samples and stuff, I've been sampling more out of songs and things like that.
Awesome.
I've also done.
Just like songs you enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yep. And then some loop packs come in. I like to chop up the samples a lot, especially
yeah.
on the drum machine. I've been having a lot of fun with that.
Nice.
And so, or sometimes even taking things around the room and just kind of being creative and making things with stuff right in front of you.
Awesome.
Yeah, it gives it that human element
Mhm.
versus just like, all right, I'm gonna line this up to the grid. I'm gonna put this, going into each every eighth measure. It's gonna be very computed. So when you put in an instrument you couldn't find on this program, like something in your room, that's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Very dope.
Do you enjoy vocal performance and writing, or beat composition and music arrangement more?
I think the beat writing comes more naturally to me. I can sit down and put something together very quickly.
Yeah.
But I enjoy all of it. The performing side was probably my least familiarity because I hadn't really done it until I released my first project. But with the beat making, I've been doing music and then starting to write since '99. It's just kind of like a second nature. So
That's awesome.
That's what I love to hear from any creator, any artist, because some people think you need to. Everyone has their own thing, but it sounds like you just have this natural stream of creativity that you can just kind of hook onto, tap into, versus some people, I can't create anything. It's like, well, go draw a picture to get your mind off of it and then come back to it. I think creativity constantly is flowing out of everybody, and it's just tapping into it is the key. It sounds like you have done that.
Yes.
Slash, have been doing that since
Since
first
been doing
grade.
it,
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have any predictions for the Twin Cities music scene?
oh gosh.
I know you've been around. You've been doing beat battles, performing your songs.
Which we'll play. You brought a few, and we'll play
Yeah.
one of those here in a bit.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I can predict anything. I don't even know if I want to put myself in that space.
We've got a
What I hope for, though, is that I think that there's a lot of really dope artists and musicians in the hip-hop scene. I think we need to come together more. I think we need to be okay with each other's successes more.
Exactly.
And I think if we can bridge that gap and start working together instead of in little pockets, I think that's what's needed to make a movement and start bringing more light to it. But we do have a lot of, people who are true to the elements and things like that. So it does exist. And that's really cool to see. So that's where I hope it goes.
That's a very optimistic outlook, and I would have to agree. People kind of bridging that gap between mini collectives and a community.
Yes.
Yeah, you think it would just be super easy with like one Facebook page or something. What do you guys have any other ideas of how to get everybody on the same page? Just
I think it just takes action. Like a social media page is not going to do it. That just looks fancy, and it's an
Exactly.
idea, and you have to put it to action. And so we just have to create the change. That's what it is.
definitely. Yeah, a lot of people in the same mindset. I feel like this conversation is happening all over the place, and it's just got to come together. It's tough because we can't all be in the same room, like
Right.
we're got used to doing, and now don't have it, which is funny.
And the biggest, I guess I'll say the poppiest project that I'll point to is, the Carters' most recent release, I guess only release, Beyonce and Jay-Z's collaborative project. That was written by like 40 people.
Mm-hmm.
So if something that amazing, you just gotta do the math. It's like the more people behind one song, the better it's gonna sound. And like you're saying, you just gotta bridge that gap of working, I don't want to say selfishly, but working more as a community.
Right.
That's, we were talking before the show, we're in a renaissance of everything. The beginning of the renaissance.
Mm-hmm.
Socially, artistically, politically, educationally. I should have said academically, but we're at the forefront of it. And I think you said it's up to us to do something about it.
Yes.
Not just stand idly by.
Right.
And wait for them to make documentaries about it. Make the documentary, you know what I mean?
Right.
Make a project with the social commentary.
Mm-hmm. Should we listen to one of your songs?
Yeah. Which one would you like to listen to? And then if you don't care, I can share my opinion.
I don't care.
So which one came first? You brought Thrill Is Gone.
Melanin is the one that came out first.
Well, let's start with that. Tell us a little bit about that track. Is that you produced it as well?
No, actually that beat was by Katana Dadan.
Ooh.
And the song was about, it's about race, and just growing up with always being ridiculed and made fun of. And I had an experience where I went out to a show and had some racial tension there to where I actually didn't feel uncomfortable. And then being an adult, it just irritated me that I couldn't do anything about it. And so thus the song Melanin was born.
There you go.
Aptly named.
Heck yeah.
You grew up here in Minnesota?
Yes.
Excellent. In Twin Cities or?
No, up north in the woods.
Up north. Where are we talking? Grand Rapids, Itasca?
It's in the Chisago County area.
Okay.
Nice. Well, that's what's up. So this is Melanin off of Plato's Theory here on Local Vibes.
Your language is something more darker skin. You see no problem, he shot on the park again. Too many times have they killed your Glock again. Too many names to remember that. That's what they hope that will happen then. Martyr, they let you will start to feel normal. They killing this off cause they feeling a mortar. That's fear in their eyes cause they know they are savages. Reason our schooling is getting no average. It's a setup. Look at the shifted behavior. The ghetto's designed to be nothing but fake. Making us think that we can't be the savior. They peel back the cap. Can't free our minds to forever we're trapped. There is a reason they always stay strapped. Cause that they done to us, we should've already clapped back. Look what they done to us, 152 years. They're still killing us, choking them out, but you're telling them don't resist. Defending is less breath, you pull the switch. Head of the freeze in case it's mixed. Let my people go. Turn off the light. Let this darkness show. Minutes unsettling. They're trying to rearrange my melanin. Underground, we've been busy assembling our courage, cause one day we ended this. Yeah, we ended this. Just free us. Let my people go. Turn off the light. Let this darkness show. Minutes unsettling. They're trying to rearrange my melanin. Underground, we've been busy assembling our courage, cause one day we ended this. They say I'm blessed, but I'm cursed. So much pain about to burst. Where is it safe? Cause I searched all my life. They killed all the leaders who taught what was right. Set up a system to make sure it failed. Prison for profit, they threw us in jail. All your mannerisms sinking like hooks. Both of my ancestors mock me for looks. There is a place for me here, but it's gone for the path that I walk on is covered in thorns at the sky with thorns. Life is a death trap and wait to be born. Well, no matter my skin tint, I'm free to be me. No matter my gifts I've received, I believe this life is for you, it isn't for me. I'm here for you, yet it's irrelevant. You hating us as if we were some immigrants. You stole our souls, replace it with ignorance. Walk in the room and it's full of white elephants. Hate all of me, I have white relatives, never fit in. 21 years I felt that was a sin. Cause of this melanin rooted within. Cause of this slate in my gut named Burgin. I identified not with my black side, but when I tried to upward, you straight denied. Turn off the light, let this darkness show. minutes unsettling. They try to rearrange my melanin. Underground we've been busy assembling our courage, cause one day we ended this. Yeah, we ended this. Just turn off the light to see all the darkness. Adjust your eyes before seeing we're harmless. They paint a picture, they telling our story. Fiction, not fact, in the wrong category. Writing the history, erasing our culture. I do not even know where my real name's from. I know I was hated when I got hit with some. Suddenly everything turned into schism. Now every situation brings analyzation. We walk in plantations, minds so sedated, the hatred created, that we hate ourselves, self-awareness vacated. One shot at a time to our ultimate needed. Better hope we don't all wake up at the same time, cause the day's gonna come when we walk with divine, conscious of all that we've been through, revealing the lies that you sent through, erasing the pain from our ancestors, pumping their spirits through transistors. Transition out, surrounded by hate, made me feel the depths of much beauty and blackness. They stuffing us out. Every time we succeed, they start breaking us down. What time that the present, the movement is now. The movement is now. Free us, let my people go. Turn off the light, let this darkness show. Minutes unsettling. They try to rearrange my melanin. Underground we've been busy assembling our courage, cause one day we ended this. Just free us, let my people go. Let this darkness show. They try to rearrange my melanin, cause one day we ended this. Ended this. Ended this. Ended this.
We're back. What a sweet song.
That was Melanin by Soul Reflect off of Plato's Theory. Came out in 2018, you were saying.
Oh, it
right?
was right. Okay.
Produced by Katana Dadan.
Yes.
Again, another local artist. Got a collab local.
Definitely got a collab local.
I was gonna ask, speaking of collabing local, who did the album cover? Local artist?
Actually, she and I did it together. I did the imagery on it, and then she added the text part for me. So.
Oh, no way.
Ooh, that's so cool.
Yeah, very cool.
You can check that album out on Apple Music, Spotify, and pretty much everything you were saying.
Yep.
Oh, that's about.
Oh, you're tired, huh? Stretching your mouth, huh? Make sure to follow Soul Reflect at both Soul Reflect and Burgin Beats. Burgin Beat? Beats.
Beat.
Singular, not plural.
Burgin Beat.
On Instagram, you were saying it was the easiest because it has both. But,
The whole Beats tapes on SoundCloud.
Bingo. And follow SunDogs at SunDogsTC. Email us your radio edited tracks at sundogstc@gmail.com and give us a call here in the studio.
651-313-5125. 651-313-5125.
Last week we had Karaya Brene in the studio. You can check out that episode at anchor.fm/localvibes. Eternally archived. Next week we've got Dr. Ew. I just love saying that.
So
Dr.
good.
Ew.
Yeah.
And we will be back here in a moment.
It's going to be a real break this time. So
A real break,
so
huh?
if you're listening live, you'll get to jam out to this Numbers Don't Lie instrumental.
Give us a call, 651-313-5125. Ask Soul Reflect a question. Tell us where the party's at this weekend. Shout out your grandma. We'll be right back.
Bow wow, Twin Cities. SunDogs here. Tune into Local Vibes every Friday at 6 and every Monday at 3.
Playing nothing but the best hip-hop and R&B the Twin Cities has to offer. Catch exclusive interviews with Minnesota's hottest artists.
Follow us at SunDogs TC on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Peace.
Bow wow, and we're back. You are tuned into Local Vibes. We are SunDogs.
Got Soul Reflect in the studio. Make sure to follow her at Soul Reflect on Instagram and Facebook, and check out Burgin Beat on SoundCloud and YouTube.
So what are the next 10 years ideally look like for Soul Reflect and for Burgin Beat?
I hope everybody's using my beats.
No, hey, I love that.
I mean, obviously that would be ideal to make a living off of what I'm doing. But I also want to do a lot of charity work. I have a vision that I won't reveal too much on air here, but I do want to create a nonprofit space for the hip hop youth, and get something going here, and then I'd love to expand that and go internationally with it, and start programs, and I really want to travel, so.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, you were talking about that a little earlier before the show.
Yeah.
What got you started in like non-profits or like volunteer work?
I've been working with Beats by Girls for the last 2 years. They teach Ableton to younger girls and also anybody who identifies as adult women as well. And so we have classes that we teach at. I took a class and then was asked if I wanted to try and teach, and then began teaching there as well. Beats by Girls is also under She Rock. They put together this wonderful camp during the summer where students can come for a week. It's a day camp. They get to pick an instrument, they form a band, write a song, and then perform it the last day of the week, all in a week.
Oh my gosh.
And it was like one of the most rewarding things I've ever been a part of. So.
And were you as a camper or as a counselor for the...
I was a teacher. I taught the Ableton Push the first year, just did classes, and then this last year I was a band coach as well. It was different because we did it online because we couldn't meet. And so we used Soundtrap, which I had never heard of before, but it allows people to come in and you can collaborate on a song, so somebody can write one part and then the other person can take their turn.
No way.
So it was really interesting, but that's what kind of sparked, I think, everything. So.
Wow. So yeah, that seems cool. Soundtrap, check that out.
But that goal of, I think that education in and out of the classroom is the biggest.
It is, and the thing is there's a lot of issues with women in the industry in general, and there's a lot of damage that's been done. And so one of the more rewarding things is gifting somebody and empowering with empowerment and the ability to say, yes, I can do this, because
that lifelong lesson.
Yeah, it's like some people just want to do this, but they never knew they could, or they don't have the encouragement. They don't have definitely don't have the same experience, trying to do this. And so we're put down in a lot of ways, and we're not given information a lot of times. And so I like doing that with adults, but then if you can give that to a child, you know what I mean?
That's
somebody
huge.
Growing up, it is huge, because it just gets them so much further than they would have already been.
So that fulfillment alone, that passion alone, is going to drive this vision forward. And starting here in the Twin Cities and hopefully expanding globally.
Yep.
Or intergalactically.
You never know.
I'm staying here.
You wouldn't travel into space if it was commercially available?
I think Earth is great.
What was the
franchise on Mars?
What was the last plane you were on? Do you a big fan of flight travelers?
I don't mind planes. I've been on plenty of planes.
So planes have only been around for 100 years.
And everybody's used to them.
And everyone's used to them. You've flown on them and felt relatively safe. Would you theoretically fly on spacecraft that was commercially used for about 100 years? To go to the moon?
Yeah, I guess at that point I would be born into it, so I wouldn't think anything different of it.
That's all we need to hear. We have it recorded on audio. No. Let's get into this second track that you brought us before we run out of time.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about this project.
That's Big Jess. honorable mentions. Most people are very familiar with Big Jess, so it was an honorable or honorable thing to be on the album. So he put it out on his birthday, and he does this all the time. I can't remember, is it number 11?
7.
7. Got ahead of myself.
No.
But he threw me a beat, and, it was pretty dope. He told me that he had sampled The Thrill Is Gone by B.B. King, and so I couldn't get that out of my head, and so then I wrote kind of around that concept.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Let's get into it.
When did this come out? Volume 7. You said he might be on 11.
I know. I'm
So a few years
tripping.
ago.
No, this just came out this year.
Oh, gotcha. This is Thrill Is Gone by Soul Reflect, produced by Big Jess, correct?
Yes.
Here on Local Vibes, baby.
Honorable mention.
I kill him with kindness, don't get that I like you. I'm digging the way that I'm climbing without you. My independence is all on my mind, cause there's no way in hell that you slowing my grind. No need to make scenes, bring attention to self. I only seek those full of passion, not wealth. Don't rush my process, I've waited my life to feel compassion given. You take what you like, never compelled to compete for your love. Know what I deserve, I get things on my own. I ask to be challenged, so I keep improving. You hide all your knowledge to keep me from moving. I'm choosing to let you feel innocence in my approach, cause only a few will slow down, really take a look. And your mind's a book, and I read you daily. Won't recognize me lately. I don't really wanna say goodbye, but the thrill is gone. And I know you got a million reasons why you're begging me to just please hold on. I know what I'm worth, I won't settle for less. This is my new song. Been too many times that you have done me wrong, that's why the thrill is gone. Never meant for us to live in the darkness. Spent thousands of hours to try and respark this. Unsuccessfully, I count all the reasons why I should even try. Makes my spirit fly. I don't wanna lose myself to madness. In fact, I wish I could just take all your sadness, replace it with this light to glow on your own, not dependent on others to give you your throne. I wear white, reflect light, hoping darkness absorbs it. Decisions are yours, I can help you move towards it. Distorted, you walk on the same path you travel, then sit back and wonder why your life's unraveled. You shut me out, treat me like I was nothing, despite how I carried you. Made you feel something was worthy in your life. You're back on your feet, but you mistreated me, and I've kept the receipts. I don't really wanna say goodbye, but the thrill is gone. And I know you got a million reasons why you're begging me to just please hold on. I know what I'm worth, I won't settle for less. This is my new song. Been too many times that you have done me wrong, that's why the thrill is gone. I don't really wanna say goodbye, but the thrill is gone.
And we're back.
Another tasty track by Soul Reflect, produced by Big Jess from Big Jess Presents, Honorable Mention Volume 7, which you can find on Bandcamp. Also make sure to check out the Instagram and Facebook for Beats by Girls. That's Girls with a Z, as well as Beats by Girls MN, also with a Z. Both of them. On Instagram and Facebook, you were saying that Instagram's a little bit more poppin' though.
Yep.
Excellent.
That is what's up.
If you're just joining us, we just heard an amazing track, another one of two, or two of two, excuse me, that Soul Reflect brought with today. So thank you for bringing those with.
Thank you.
Yeah, very cool. You were kind of talking about how COVID's given you a chance to get stuff together, and so I'm just way away from the mic. What are some future collabs or projects that you're thinking about doing?
Sure. I am working with a couple of artists right now, but I don't like to release anything without their permission.
Exactly.
But you can look forward to that.
Sign a few non-disclosure agreements.
Yeah. I mean, you want it to be a surprise.
Exactly.
And I actually have purchased a lot of beats from some local producers here that I've enjoyed. So I think I'm in the process of writing again.
Oh.
And so I'm not sure the direction I'm going, but I think that I'll be doing another project like that. And I feel like there'll probably be another beat tape release coming out. I don't think it'll be this year, so probably like the beginning of next year maybe.
Okay.
Nice. And you were talking about getting videos together for the beat tape and putting them on YouTube?
Yes. So my current YouTube is kind of sad. I'm gonna admit.
Well,
It just needs
beats.
some content, but yeah, 51 videos was a lot to make, and then I didn't want it. I wanted it to be semi-entertaining, so I spent my time with it. But pretty much almost done with that, so you can look forward to that'll be a tube album because you're limited to 30 some tracks on most platforms. So it'll be a
Malarkey.
volume 1 and volume 2, but that will be. I will say that'll be on YouTube before the year is done.
I like to hear that. And maybe even a SunDogs collab.
Sure.
Who knows?
That would be the bomb.
What advice? I know you kind of have peppered some in throughout the last 50 minutes or so, hour or so. But what advice can you give to up-and-coming local artists that you wish you had when you first started in the hip-hop and the R&B scene?
I'd say the first one is listen to people who are giving you advice. I received a lot of good advice that I was bullheaded about and was like, nah, I'm just going to do it this way. And they ended up being right, and you learn the lesson the hard way. So definitely listen to somebody who's giving you advice and has been through some things. And I think the other thing is just keep going. I mean, it's just not an easy journey. You're going to have self-doubt. You're going to feel like other people don't believe in you. It's weird like that. I don't think it's a Minnesota thing. I think it's kind of in most states or, your local community. It's just like sometimes you don't feel the love that maybe you should be getting or whatever the case is. So you have to have strength and believe in yourself and
power through.
Yep. And don't rely on other people's opinions in that way. Like, if you don't believe it yourself, you're not going to get there. So
Exactly. It's always nice to get people's feedback on stuff, but
Right.
in the long run, you are the artist.
But
You
don't
make the
depend
final
on them
call.
to fuel your
Exactly.
journey, basically. Like, they're only a part of it, and the right people will come around once you stay true to yourself. So
Exactly. Make the music that is inside of you because that's what the people want.
yep, there's a lot of imitation going on, and it's kind of dry. So
The pillars of creativity as spoken by Soul Reflect.
Yeah, very cool, man. This interview has been sweet. So you were kind of saying that you didn't want to get rap attacked, and that's kind of cool with me because you're a producer, but you did bring some beats. Can we play one of those and maybe freestyle over?
go ahead.
Okay.
Or would that
okay.
just be gratuitous because it's us?
Well, here's what I'm thinking. It's a little,
We
little horn tooty,
got like 4 minutes.
and then maybe we want to make a song out of these beats. So I wouldn't want to play it, I wouldn't want to spoil it. Kind of keep the sorcery behind the curtain, because these beats are amazing. I'm just gonna keep hyping them and not playing them so the listeners can check them out.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So you check those out at SoundCloud. Burgin Beat. What's the project called?
The Genesis.
So that'll be a playlist on Burgin Beat.
And if you go to Instagram/Soul Reflect,
Yeah.
I have a link in my bio that actually will take you to everything of mine. It's a link tree, so
Heck yeah.
you get SoundCloud, YouTube, any kind of projects I've recently been working on or involved in. So
So Instagram, Soul Reflect. Easy peasy. Check that out.
Spelt SOULREFLECT.
Got it.
Just to clarify, because it's the hip hop and R&B game. You gotta
Exactly.
ask.
And if you're
Is it
listening to
one-
the radio, are you writing it down? You might not be writing
Exactly.
it
Is it dog with one G or two? It's understandable.
down. Yeah.
How do you stylize Lil? You can listen to this episode on Monday at 3 p.m. as well as on Anchor.fm/local vibes.
For the rest of time.
For the rest of time, or at least until we hit a nuclear. I'm just thinking of the 100. We hit a nuclear explosion, and they come down and find these episodes, and this is their archive of the.
This is what life was like.
Pre-nuclear Holocaust.
Yeah, just farting around on the radio.
So until then, they're going to be on Anchor.fm/local vibes. We really want to thank you again for coming down and again spending valuable double artist time.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. I enjoyed talking with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. We will see you guys next week. Take it easy.